Hey guys, welcome to BitBoy Crypto, your one-stop shop for all of your Bitcoin and crypto news. Today, we're going to jump straight into it. Is this Satoshi? You guys see this guy? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that possibly this guy could be Satoshi? Because there's an article written that claims that this is him. So if you didn't know, there was a three-part reveal supposedly on the creator of Bitcoin. Now, part 2 was supposed to be about his 980,000 Bitcoins. That's the number that this writer claims that he has. And his actual identity was supposed to be revealed in part 3. However, after there was a lot of, let's just say, panning by the public yesterday on the prospects of this actually being Satoshi, he decided to go ahead today and do the big reveal. So, is this Satoshi? What does BitBoy think? What do you think? I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to find out. Let's get to the article and let's see. You can find this article on bitboycrypto.com. As always, all of our news stories you can find here. Right now, I'm changing up BitBoy Crypto just a little bit. So that's why we haven't had as many articles the last few days, but definitely did want to write one on this. So basically, he comes out and he says, this is who I am. The name is Bilal Khalid. Bilal Khalid. That is your Satoshi. That's your paid group leader, Bitcoin maximalists. That's what he claims anyways. So in this article, he moved to the UK at some point. He's from Pakistan. He moved to the UK. And, that's what he tries to use that as kind of like why his language, why his English is a little unique. He uses words like realize spelled with an S instead of a Z, gray with an E, color with an OU, and trying to basically say that he's very careful about his grammar and things like that. So he moved to the UK and he started going by James Caan. Now, you guys are going to love this. This is my favorite part of this whole story. He named himself James Caan out of his adoration for actor James Caan from The Godfather. And Satoshi says, after all, hey guys, I'm the godfather of digital cash. You can't make this stuff up, guys. So here's the thing. We got his name. We got a picture of him. This is supposedly the picture of him from the article, which, can you get a better picture, bud? It really looks like this is a deep fake. I mean, this doesn't even look like a real picture of a human. I'm not critiquing his appearance at all. I mean, the blurriness of the photo. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, can you not get a better photo of yourself if this is your big reveal? Can you not get, like, a photographer and a picture of you going like this? Can you not get a glamour shot? I don't know. I would like to have one. But hey, you can't look more glamorous than I already look. So here we go, guys. Here's the surprising part of it. The surprising part of this is, guys, I got bad news. He can't access his Bitcoins, which I want to talk about that on a separate tweet later this week. I want to talk about what is the plural of Bitcoin, because a lot of people say it's like deer and deer, Bitcoin and Bitcoin. But I feel like if you're talking about a large amount, a multiple of Bitcoin, that you would want to call it Bitcoins. Some people have actually attacked my podcast, Beards and Bitcoin, saying we don't know the right pluralization, if that's a word. Gosh, now I sound like Bilal Khalid. But, so here's the thing, guys. He claims he doesn't have access to 980,000 Bitcoins because his Acer computer, dang it, those Acer computers, that it went blank on him. He lost a hard drive. It crashed. He basically felt like he had to wipe the hard drive to somehow recover it and just hope that he had, a backup of it. But Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, who, obviously is a genius for creating this thing that Bitcoin maximalists worship and the rest of us really enjoy, he forgot to back up his computer. Seems like a likely story to me. Doesn't seem so likely. So here's the point, guys. The point is there's a lot more in this blog post. There's a lot more, from the part 1 we could talk about. But here's the thing. Regardless of whether this is Satoshi or not, which I will go ahead and say that's a hard no. Whether this is Satoshi or not, it doesn't matter. Because in this story, he claims not to be able to move his Bitcoins. He can't move them. Until someone is able to move their Bitcoins from the Genesis addresses, from one of the wallets surrounding the Genesis addresses of Bitcoin, no one is going to believe him. He offers no proof, no evidence. These blog posts, I would like to say, do show a very strong, a very strong amount of research that went into them. That's what I'm trying to say. Because, like, he does tie a lot of stuff we know about the real Satoshi into it. One thing he says is that, there was a Bitcoin talk forum where he talked about, that he accidentally deleted his wallet. However, if you actually go look at the Bitcoin talk forum post, it doesn't actually say, hey, I deleted my wallet. It says, like, hey, why would someone not back up a wallet? Like, then it would get deleted or something to that effect. And it doesn't really imply that he actually lost his Bitcoins. Nobody thinks that, right? If that post was clear, then people would already know that he doesn't have it. So he tried to use that one piece of evidence and try to support this claim that he can't access the Bitcoin. So it was very well thought out how he did this. However, just like in the case of Craig Wright, if someone cannot move those Bitcoins, no one is ever going to believe them. And frankly, it would be great if one of these guys like Craig Wright or Bilal Khalid or someone else turned out to actually be the real creator of Satoshi or of Bitcoin, because they can't move the addresses, and that means that Satoshi, whether we ever know who it is or not, will remain the folk hero. He is a folk hero of cryptocurrency, and any person who is ever discovered to actually be Satoshi and able to move those coins, it's going to be a letdown, guys. The surprise and the mystery of this is really what I believe goes hand in hand with the decentralization of Bitcoin. And whether Satoshi is dead or whether he just can't move those Bitcoins or whether he really wishes to be anonymous for the rest of his life, then that's a good thing for Bitcoin. That's a great thing, in my opinion. No one can live up to the hype. And with each one of these failed reveals, it goes more and more to speak to that, because it's always going to be disappointing. Like when you see a picture of this guy, are you like, yes, that is my paid group leader. I hope I'm looking the right way. Yes, that is my paid group leader. Nobody wants to think that about this guy, he can't possibly fulfill the expectation. So that's obviously the big thing going on in crypto right now, is this big Satoshi reveal, announcement, and none of it is true. I don't believe. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day we find out this is the guy and he'll come on my show and call me an idiot, but that's the breaks. We also have this story today, guys. Binance aiming for a stable coin similar to Libra. We talked about last week how China has really been kind of preparing itself to jump into the crypto limelight while Libra is caught up in U.S. regulations. It looks like Binance is now ready to do the same thing. So Binance is getting ready to launch a stablecoin similar to Libra, and we'll just have to see what happens here. But the difference between this and Libra is Binance already has its own blockchain. And when you think about the United States Binance version, the Binance US, as we're calling it, or some are calling it BAM, when that comes out, there's a good chance this will already be done, and Venus will be a stablecoin on the Binance US platform that US citizens would be able to use, and that'll probably happen before Libra coin is even able to launch, if they ever launch. So we got a lot of different moving parts and pieces trying to take advantage of the fact that Facebook is down. And so, or Facebook, they're not down, but how basically Libra may not launch. So, you got to kick them while they're down, so that's kind of what is happening. So quick look at the market. I know we're doing everything backwards today, but Bitcoin is definitely up. Is at $10,700. Ethereum coming in still a shade under $200, even with it being up today. Total market cap up a little bit over the weekend, $277 billion. Bitcoin dominance climbing again at 68.9%. It dropped all the way down to 68.6% today before it went back up. There's been a lot of talk about the Bitcoin dominance level and if that's a good indicator of where things are going. Of course, before the last bull run, it was up at 95%. Definitely don't think we will see that high again. I don't think it will probably breach 80%. If it is even able to get that far. One of the big differences between now and that bull run is back then we didn't have the big, crypto community household names like XRP and Ethereum or Tron. I guess there was Ethereum, but XRP wasn't really, on and popping at that point. Tron wasn't even created yet. So there were a lot of big projects that exist now, Cardano, that didn't even exist at the beginning of that bull run, at the end of the 2014 bear market. Those didn't even exist. So I think that's not going to allow the Bitcoin dominance level to really get above probably 75%, maybe 80%. So quick look at the markets. We do have some red and green mixture today. I sound like a weatherman. We got some green with a mixture of red coming in. So you can see Bitcoin is up today. It is good to see it after it dipped down below 10,000. I was on the record as saying that if Bitcoin did dip below 10,000 again, that I thought it would barely go down under and then pop right back up. We've seen that consistently since it got over 10,000 the last time, or at least recently got over 10,000. I think that's still what we'll continue to see. I don't see an $8,500 Bitcoin, even though some bears are calling for it. So that's all we got today. Make sure you guys check out bitboycrypto.com. BitBoy out.